Nibbling is one of the negotiating techniques I use frequently and with great success when I'm buying. Here's one example of how I used nibbling in the past and to illustrate how the technique works. A few years ago, my wife and I decided to buy a holiday home in Portugal. It was a modest 2-bed villa being built on a private estate overlooking the sea. A luxury gym and health spa was also being built on the site, which, according to the developer's literature, residents could have access to for 50% of the normal and very substantial annual membership fee. I deliberately chose not to mention this in any of our conversations and negotiations. After several meetings with the developers negotiating the price, the quality and design of the various fixtures and fittings that were to be included, and numerous other points, we were finally ready to sign the contract. So there we were, my wife and I, sitting in the developer's office. You could see the look of relief on the face of the sales director and his second in command. Now they knew they had the negotiations come to an end. What they did not know was that I had one final nibble to come. The sales director placed the contracts neatly on the table while his second in command was pouring out 4 glasses of cold white wine to toast the deal. I sat down in front of the paperwork, picked up the pen, held it close to the point where I was to sign, and I paused. I looked up and said, "This does include free lifetime membership of the gym and health spa, doesn't it?" Followed, of course, by the silent close. There was a lengthy silence, and you could see by the non-verbal exchanges taking place that the last thing they wanted to do was to start negotiating with me all over again. After a short while, the sales director said, "Mr. King, it does not. But providing you promise not to mention it to any other investor, we'd be happy to include that just for you and your wife." "Thank you," I said. "If you just write that in on the contract just here and initial it, I can sign and we can all sit down and enjoy that glass of wine." That nibble saved me £3,000 a year, and so far we've enjoyed that free membership for 7 years. Nibbling is likely to be used on you frequently, and by knowing it can happen, you're at least prepared. If the nibble is not acceptable to you, don't agree to it. I would certainly have gone ahead with the purchase of that villa, irrespective of whether I got the free lifetime membership or not. So never be afraid to say no to a nibble. They're probably just trying it on.